Dehradun, I wanted to use this, go to the different tourist places. So there is already information is there that you can use as for generating a tourist information. So that is called a Dehradun information system. So that is also a GIS. Similarly, the hydraulic cycle, what it is. So it is giving a clear idea of what is a GIS. So then, what is the speciality of GIS? So if you recollect what I said earlier also, suppose I wanted to find the changes using the satellite data. Suppose you have a 2 satellite data and then area is maybe big, 100 kilometer by 100 kilometer. Suppose I ask somebody expert, so what he will do is he will start generating the information on each map. And suppose even he generates, so though both the maps has to be overlaid one over the other in a manual method, it takes a hell lot of a time. The same thing, if you click of a button, both the maps are overlaid, and then you can find out the changes in a very fast manner. So that's why it facilitates faster process of operations. So it provides solution for many real world problems. So suppose you say that I wanted to as a government ministry, so they wanted to see that what are the areas are less literate. Like if you talk about Kerala, there are almost 100% population as literates, and some of the states like Bihar or UP, or some particular reasons, even you take of Bihar or take of UP, so some of the particular reasons illiterate may be more. So then how do I know that which are the areas or illiteracy is more, so that government can give some schemes they can develop, and then those areas can be brought up. So the such type of things you can do using a GIS. So that means once you know that what are the areas are less literates or illiterates are more, so then the decision makers take a decision taking GIS as a decision making tool. So that means GIS helps the decision makers. So it is not a decision maker itself. It helps the decision maker to take a decision. So it is a tool, then we can use that and take the decision. It is also integrating technology. Suppose if you see that earlier I said remote sensing, GIS, map, field data, whatnot, cartography mapping, all that information you brought into GIS, and that information is helping to integrate that all things together. It is also dynamic map display and interactive query. See, that means I wanted to display a map a particular conditions. I say that I wanted to see the forest having at the slopes higher than 60%. So that means, so there is a theme map of forest and there is another map of slopes. So then combining to both the things together, so then I get a map which is forest having on a hill slopes higher than 60%. So these are all things we can do. And then nowadays somebody wanted to see that three-dimensional view. So that is also is possible in a GIS, because already the database is generated. So then that will help you to display dynamically. So I did not discuss about hardware or neither software, but as such, if somebody asks you that what is a GIS, the hardware plus software, and then you have a dataware and humanware, so that brings you to the GIS. I will be discussing separately what is the hardware is required for us, and what software is specific to GIS, and then what is the database, like we say RDBMS database, and then what expertise is required to develop an application in a GIS. So now, as of now, you can understand that GIS means these are all combined together is a GIS. So before proceeding further, okay, I'll come back to that. So there are so many terminologies what we use in a GIS. So the geographical information system, so that basically coined by Roger Tomlinson. So now he is also called father of GIS. So later on I'll show his image also. So that is the popularly known name. And then somebody say that You can also build models and concepts and processings are used. So then they say that it is not only talking about the system, we are also talking about the concept and the research and modeling in that. So people say, so why you should say that it is a system? You can say geographic information science, because we will be also talking on science. So another important terminology what we use is geoinformatics. Geo plus information. So that is called geoinformatics. So geo means your earth, about the earth. How do you get the information from that? For that you can use remote sensing, and then you can use a GIS, you can have GPS, field data, total station, satellite data. So all put together it is a geo plus information. It is called a geoinformatics. So it is also country specific. See, in some of the countries they use GIS, some of the countries they say that geographic information science, particularly USA. And geoinformatics, though people mostly in Europe, etc., they are more popular with geoinformatics. But the another thing is geomatics. Geo plus matics means measuring the geo. Suppose if you take a geoinformatics plus you use a surveying, so that becomes a geomatics. So geomatics is also important. There are so many universities coming forward and offering geomatics engineering, geoinformatics engineering. So, but they are part of somewhere like a geology, somewhere they are part of civil engineering. So, in case of civil engineering, so that is more related to the geomatics. Means they are also going to the field, doing survey, measuring, in addition to remote sensing, GIS, GPS integration. So that is geomatics. If you go to Canada, so the more people there use as a, the word is called geomatics. In case of Asian countries, they more prefer to use a spatial information system. Say geo means only earth related. And when you talk about the climate change and modeling, so we are also talking about atmosphere, about that. So integrating the spatial information. Suppose somebody groundwater, so he is also concerned with what is there on the earth, but not exactly that. He is also looking beyond the earth. So that's why more spatial information is also used in that as a terminology. And then another is geospatial systems. So geo and then spatial related, geo, and then those are all called systems. And then geospatial information engineering, when you talk about the engineering aspect. And then you have a land information systems. So specific to particular land. So you say large area related. Suppose you talk about urban cadastre, so then you talk, though their information belongs to each private holdings. That is called